Standard-based education system in Thailand. This is the law that highly affecting students and teaching system widely in Thai education. First of all, the current Thai education is based from the reforms in the 1999s. As you can see, it's quite a few years ago. And it tries to promote the decentralization or get rid of the authority in this education system and try to switch from teacher center based to learner center based. And this is the law. You can have a look at it, that it got all the good philosophies, which is belief in the learner. Learners can initiate their own learning, and they are very important in this process, and we should help them develop their full potential. However, and this is another law that mentioned about the examination, and learners should be evaluated. And this is the part that become the standard based instead of outcome based or learners based. So because of that, the new curriculum not working so well because it's not content based, and it's, as I said before, it's not outcome based. And what really happened in the classroom is that teachers trying to help students to pass the test, and it's still very much centralized and rote learning, and it's pretty much teacher center based, teachers centered. So teachers become the informer, the lecturer, and they teach kids lots of strategies on how to pass different kinds of questions on the test, rather than teaching them how to think analytically, creatively, and how to solve real life problems. And the examinations happen in all age level, even for the kindergarteners. They have to go through the entrance exams if they want to go into good schools. And the standards based create the top ranked schools, and that one of the few schools that parents really want their little kids to go in. So the kid has to work really hard, has to spend a day in school and after school tutors to make sure that they will be accepted. And because, as I said, there are really few top-ranked schools in Thailand. So in each school, there will usually be 1,000 children who will go through the tough exam, and then only 100 or 200 children will be accepted, and that is like 10%. So what does that mean? So the effects is that parents try to pressure private schools or other schools that to focus on academic skills than focusing on the early childhood age-appropriate development, such as social and emotional skills, fine and gross motor skills. Another thing that is so interesting is that those private schools will actually offer a deal for parents to book their space before those entrance exams, so they can guarantee that if their child cannot access one of those top ranked school, they will still have a space guarantee in the private school. And in other private school, they still change the curriculum to focus on helping kids pass the entrance test. Inevitably, children felt lost and they lost their self-esteem. They felt like they're not good enough. They are not smart enough. After studying so hard, they're still not being accepted. Low self-esteem, and then it feels like they're being eliminated in the reality show. Now let's have a look at these facts of how many examinations they have to go through. Just the national examination they have to go through at the end of grade 3, end of grade 6, end of grade 9, and end of grade 12. So that doesn't sound like a lot. And if you really look at this, Thai children in the primary school, there are 8 subjects in basic, like Thai, math, English, social studies, and so on. In every subject, there will be examination in the midterm, at the end of the term, and there are 2 terms. So to go through the primary school, they have to go through 192 tests. And by the time they finish the high school, which means all the subject teachers will design like formative tests, summative tests, pop quizzes for each term, for each subject, so that they have to go through about 380 full-time of tests. And that is a lot. And after the 6 years of the reform, only 49.1% of school are still teacher-centered classroom. 13.5% of the school are successfully at designing a curriculum that motivate and develop learners' creativity, problem-solving skill, and analytical thinking skill. Only 11.1% of students have a capacity, or they know how to think critically, creatively, or analytically. Why? Because all they have to do is just the teachers stop listening to them, to their creativity, stop looking at them as a unique person, because there's one test for all the students. And only 26.5% of all the schools are successful having student center, where the students are active, responsible on their own learning, and the learnings are in their own pace. So that is very, very sad. So this is it for me. I hope it makes sense, and I hope you see why we should have more reform. Thank you.